What are the top 5 coins to keep your eyes on in 2024? Well, in today's video, I want to discuss what those coins are, what are some of the big catalysts that are making it so that we should be paying attention to these damn coins, and some possible price predictions for these coins. It's going to be juicy, so stick around. And there's also a bonus coin there at the end, so make sure to stick around for that one. You'll be surprised by my answer for that one, really. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this topic by talking about the big daddy first. And of course, that's Ethereum. Ethereum, do not fade. Never fade Ethereum. People keep trying to fade Ethereum, and they keep getting their butts handed to them by fading ETH. This is a crazy, crazy blockchain. Look at this stuff. We are at 890,000 validators right now with 28.5 million staked Ethereum. We are not getting far away from 30 million staked ETH. The day is coming, and the day is coming soon. Now look at this. This is some wild statistics here. This is all value locked in all chains across the cryptocurrency space. Ethereum takes more than half of the share. It's about 55% of the total, all on the Ethereum blockchain. Now it gets even more interesting when you start looking at layer twos, because layer twos are an incredibly important part of the picture here for Ethereum. Look at this. Arbitrum, 4.5%. We see Optimism down here at 1.5% as well. Base coming in at $500 million. This all feeds back to ETH. ETH is the nexus, the black hole sucking money into the market. And all this layer two stuff helps Ethereum do that. Think about that. There's 200 networks out there, and ETH's got more than half. And when you consider the layer two, it's more like 66% or something like that. Totally crazy stuff. Because if you want to earn that sweet, sweet layer two yield or ape in layer two projects, remember, you need ETH to do that on layer two. Ethereum also has the largest developer community. By the way, look at this, 14,730 commits. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Of course, Ethereum is used by over 15,000 different products. It's close to 1,000 different people building on Ethereum directly. Crazy, crazy stuff. Now, what about this news right here? Boom. Holy cow. BlackRock's Ethereum ETF filing. I mean, we had the Bitcoin ETF filing. We went straight into an Ethereum ETF, spot ETF, right? BlackRock's on it, Fidelity's on it. All the big boys are going to get on Ethereum straight after they get their Bitcoin ones approved. That'll be the next big story coming out. So do not fade that story when it comes out, because all the big cats are coming for your ETH. And of course, as more Ethereum is removed from the market, locked in these funds, locked in staking, guess what happens to the price of an asset whose exchange balances, by the way, have been declining consistently for the last 18 months. So what about some price predictions? Well, I think you can't talk about price predictions without looking at this. Look at this. This is crazy, man. That's just the last 7 days, mind you, but it really gives you an indication of how powerful the burn has been. Ultrasound money, yes, that is Ethereum. The transition over to proof of stake turned ETH into a deflationary asset. I mean, you can look again, this is the last 7-day time frame, but minus 0.872%. That's a huge amount of the supply of ETH being just burnt. The bull market's barely even started, guys. We're just getting started. It's crazy. Yo. Ethereum's fee burning mechanism, of course, destroys tokens with every block mined. So 1 million ETHs already been taken out. See you later, never coming back. That is absolutely crazy. Of course, the price of Ethereum's been going wild this year. If you look at the 1-year chart for ETH, it's been a decent year for Ethereum. Obviously, we started the year around $1,200. We're up at the time of recording this video, almost double that price. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good for the year. But ETH has got a bit of criticism. It's lagging behind. It's not moving as fast as the other coins, blah, 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 blah. So what about a price prediction, a bullish price prediction? Come on, all that layer two stuff, all that NFT stuff, all that gaming stuff, all that spot ETF stuff, it has to catch up at some point, right? Yeah, I think so. So this is a nice little price prediction here for you on the street. They say for 2024, they're even more bullish on the price of Ethereum, predicting that it could reach as high as $3,100 as a minimum price, which is not that high from where we are right now. says in 2026, it could go as high as $8,000 as a maximum price. And by 2032, one Ethereum could potentially be worth a minimum of $61,000 per coin. Yo, could potentially reach $75,000. I mean, that is the kind of bull energy that I am here for. I don't know about you, but when I hear those kind of numbers, I'm thinking, yes, please. I will take $65,000, $75,000 Ethereum by 2032. Crazy bull posting. Now, next year, during the bull run, $8,000 as a target may not be bullish enough. I think we could see ETH hit 5 digits for the first time. It'll go over 10K, and our bull market peak could even be like 12 to 15K. Just a number, just a prediction. Let me know what you think, of course, down below in the comment section. Now let's dig into the next one. Let's dig into our big daddy Solana. Solana, look at this. Crazy increase in the last month, up a whopping 87% of total value locked. People are aping back into Solana in a very big way. Of course, airdrops kicking off a bit of that excitement. Been a big year for Solana, seeing huge price gains, of course, for the main asset, but momentum really starting to come back on chain for Solana as Solana is scaling. Right now, if you want to use Ethereum to do a Uniswap swap, you're paying $30-$40. You want to go and do a swap for altcoins on the Jupiter exchange or Orca Swap or Radium or whatever on Solana? Pennies, not even pennies, fractions of a penny. It's insane. It's not even competitive. It's just so far ahead. It's wild, absolutely wild. And of course, these airdrops have really got a lot of people excited. That helps bring liquidity back on chain. So it was not just a liquidity creation event when you had like the Pith airdrop, and we have lots more airdrops coming. So it was a liquidity creation event, but also very importantly, besides being just a liquidity creation event, it gets more liquidity to come on chain because more people want to get those juicy airdrops. People want to make $15,000 or $20,000 from an airdrop, which of course is what people did with some of these ones like Pith and Jito that came out recently. So people are making the big money, and people like making big money, so it draws them back on chain. Go out the road ahead. Well, there's stuff like the Neon project, which is unlocking new ways for Solana to interact with Ethereum. Very important ecosystems to bridge between people like Ethereum and layer twos, particularly on Ethereum, and people like what's happening on Solana. A lot of people are not so dogmatic about, I will only use this chain and only this chain forever for the rest of my existence. Bah. No, most people are like, where's the money at, dog? I want to make money. This chain's going to make me money. I'm going to go over there. They got the dog coins I want. I'm going there. This layer 2 on Ethereum has got the decentralized exchange that I want. I'm going there. People are here primarily for making money. And if you can connect those worlds and make liquidity easy to move between point A and point B where people want to make money, you're winning. Then, of course, we have Fire Dancer. This is going to be crazy. 2024 release for Fire Dancer. This is going to increase network efficiency and the number of transactions per second to over 1 million, estimated at 1.2 million. This is unbelievable speeds. As Anatoly Yakovenko pointed out, like, it's going to be pretty hard to beat Solana at that point. Any other chain that comes past, and trying to overtake Solana here, it's at such the edge of technical limitations already. You're going to be hard pressed to try and beat what Solana is delivering with Fire Dancer. It's pretty damn crazy. Then, of course, you have more liquidity events like the Solana Saga phone, which, again, we're talking about capturing the imagination because these things have started hitting the market. They're a plug-and-play option for basically onboarding anybody in the Solana ecosystem. And they started trading like crazy because the phone comes with a Solana wallet, which has some airdrops in it, like the Bonk airdrop, which was literally worth twice the value of the phone. What? That's insane. You get paid to buy the phone. That's crazy stuff. What kind of world do we live in? I don't even know. Of course, the price of Solana has been going absolutely nuts over the last year. But where do we go from here? We've had this wild liftoff in price where we went from $8, $9 back in a year ago. And now we are up almost 10x from that. which is absolutely wild. Interesting to note as well that the Solana Grayscale Trust, we've seen investors over there paying huge premiums on the total price of Solana. Sometimes that premium's got as high as 900% to the spot value of SOL. Institutional money is literally willing to pay wild sums of money just in order to get their hands on some Solana exposure because they want the kind of products that Grayscale has to offer. When we get Solana ETFs, we will someday, it'll absolutely go nuts. This is some technical analysis here from Rect Capital as well. Of course, this came in the Wealth Mastery newsletter for those of you reading it. He says Solana is cutting through previous levels of rejections like a hot knife through butter, SOL potentially ready to hit more than $300 in 2024, quadrupling the current price of Solana. So we're talking new all-time highs here for SOL in 2024, assuming market conditions stay generally decent, right? And before we get into the rest of the coins, if you're not yet signed up to the Wealth Master newsletter, you got to get signed up. Best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry, absolutely packed full of alpha in every single issue. You are going to get altcoin alpha. We've got the latest news happening in the crypto industry. We got deep dive reports coming weekly on hot altcoins, trending altcoins, under the radar, gems, NFT mints, DeFi tutorials, technical analysis, much more. Join our over 90,000 weekly readers where you can sign up for free. Yes, free. Use the link down below in the description, so check it out. Okay, now let's talk about Avalanche. Avalanche is having a big year, a busy year, a crazy year. People are aping into Avalanche gaming and Avalanche DeFi and Avalanche meme coins. Have you got cock in you yet? That's the name of the meme coin, guys. That's the name of your meme coin. COQ, like the chicken in French, guys. Come on now. Let's be cultured here. Anyway, they celebrated passing over 20 million active addresses earlier this year. That, of course, number is going to continue to soar dramatically as we head into this bull market cycle. Gas prices, they have done okay, haven't they? But recently we've seen a huge spike. So we used to have much higher gas prices, came down dramatically over the past few years, but we had this big spike recently with Avalanche inscriptions, but every blockchain is kind of like under attack, so to speak, from these people wanting to put inscriptions on the different assets. It's been pretty wild. But anyway, it's a wild ride for crypto in general. So what do we expect? Interesting here as well is that we've seen hundreds of new projects launching on Avalanche. Look at this. This is absolutely wild stuff here. So in the month of December, the few days here in December, we're just seeing literally hundreds of new tokens launching per day. Now, obviously, the vast majority of that's absolute garbage. You know, it's the meme coin number 500 on the chain that nobody cares about, just a scam, whatever. But the fact is that a lot of activity starting to happen on the Avalanche blockchain, and that is good for AVAX holders in the long run. We can see here as well the number of protocols using Avalanche, big boys up to over 400 now. And of course, lots of familiar names there like Aave, for example, 1inch, all these guys coming on Avalanche blockchain as well. So what then are we looking ahead at? Well, we have big news stories. Of course, they joined Google's BigQuery, which is a very exciting partnership. They also partnered up with Amazon earlier this year. Fricking-zon. Yes, that one, that Amazon, the big one, right, guys? We also see big gaming partnerships coming out. We have games like Off the Grid, which by the way, I'm a private sale investor. I'm very bullish on this game. I think it's going to be absolutely massive when it comes out. Looks absolutely fantastic. By the way, if you ever want to see a full risk disclosure as well as my full portfolio disclosure, all the coins that I own, all the venture investments that I have, you'll always find a link for that in the description of these videos. Big stuff happening, though. So I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from Avalanche right now. Then we have Firewood. This is going to create a new industry standard by reducing the size of information needed to be stored on a network. This is great. Avalanche is an absolute builder of a chain. These guys deliver. So I would not fade Avalanche without a doubt. We're seeing huge amounts of validator activity as well. So you can see this here, huge amounts of validator activity around the world. The total number of validators right now, quite high at 1,650. Total delegated staked AVAX right now, 42 million. Validation stakes 200 million. So we're talking a huge amount. 243 million AVAX are staked. Giant chunk of the supply. giant chunk of the supply is being staked right now. So that is very, very, very interesting. Now, what about the price of Avalanche? Well, it's gone up, 200%, 300%, something this year. It's been an absolute wild, wild ride for AVAX. Where does the price go for AVAX in 2024? Sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. Look, I think if the market continues as it has, a 4 to 5x becomes an almost conservative estimate. Remember, we're still pretty significantly under the previous all-time highs, like 60, 70%, something like that. A 4 or 5x from here, that gets us over the previous all-time highs, obviously, and a little something on top of that. The question is, how high can we go? If you look at 2017 for Ethereum, we got up to like $1,800 or something like that. And then in the next cycle, we got up to around 4,500. So 2.5 to 3x return over the previous all-time highs. If we were to assume something kind of similar could happen to Avalanche, just a prediction, don't, bet your life savings on this happening. But let's say we get a 2.5 to 3x on the previous all-time high for AVAX. So that could see a $400 to $600 AVAX price at the peak of the bull market for like a day before it goes down. You guys know how it is. You either take your profits or the market will take them for you. Never forget that. Key, really, guys, come on. Don't lose all your money again this time. Seriously. Next one's Polkadot. Let's talk about Polkadot. Polkadot 2.0 is coming. Now, advances with Polkadot this year were slightly overshadowed by everything else happening in crypto. It's been a busy year, guys. I'm tired. I don't know about you. It's been a busy year in crypto. It's been crazy. But staking has been increasing regardless. Polkadot 2.0 is coming. I would not fade the Polkadot ecosystem. We are up from 600 million staked DOT to around 700 million by the end of this year. So big things definitely happening. The ecosystem as well. We're seeing a lot of development across the Polkadot ecosystem. Web3 foundations distributed millions of dollars in grants this year, fostering growth of more than 80 projects so far in 2023. That's a lot of stuff that's about to start happening on Polkadot. When Polkadot 2.0 rolls out, watch out. Watch out. Hear me now, quote me later, guys. It will be a narrative to watch out for in 2024. Now, what about moving ahead? Well, Gavin Wood, founder of Polkadot, he, of course, introduced Polkadot 2.0 in 2023, describing Polkadot as a multi-core supercomputer with a focus on building a system that provides security, trustlessness, and feature-rich applications. So how does that actually work? Well, right now, we have this long-term leasing model, but what they want to move towards is a pay-as-you-go model, essentially, that will help to massively increase block speed and help transition from that fixed slot where we have the Polkadot 1.0 model to a much more dynamic core time model in Polkadot 2.0. So this is a very, very big move for Polkadot, and the model is going to be much more robust, and I think it was going to provide a lot more value for the DOT token over time. So you can see the comparisons here on screen. If you want to pause the video for a quick second, read over that stuff, and get a good feel for Polkadot 1.0 versus Polkadot 2.0 and why it's such an important upgrade. Anyway, according to Wood, the design of the new system will be based on the emergent needs of developers to avoid future design problems while dramatically reducing the token lockup periods that are currently holding Polkadot back. I agree on all of that stuff right there. Absolutely. You can get some other key insights here on what Polkadot 2.0 is going to look like. So one of the big exciting features of 2.0 is the introduction of parachains and parathreads. These specialized blockchains can be connected to the main Polkadot relay chain. Parachains are permanent and secure, while parathreads are more flexible. Nominated proof of stake, cross-chain compatibility, of course, very important for any blockchain to have cross-chain compatibility these days. You cannot be a silo in crypto. Liquidity doesn't want silos. Liquidity, apes, degens, respectable investors that wear suits and ties, and everybody else wants to be able to move between chains whenever the heck they want to. You need to have cross-chain compatibility. And of course, better on-chain governance coming for Polkadot 2.0. So what about the price of DOT? The price of DOT has been a bit of a lagger so far this year compared to other chains. Now, obviously, I know we've had a beautiful run recently. We went from 350 up to, $7 or whatever. Fantastic. We had a nice move earlier this year as well. But it has not had the same kind of hype and excitement that we've seen coming in for Solana and Avalanche already. That being said, we could have some big things happening in 2024 for DOT. So when ChatGPT was asked, well, hey, what could we see for 2024 for Polkadot? ChatGPT said maybe $150. That would be about 2.5 to 3 times over the previous all-time high, by the way. If we, again, take an Ethereum-based 2017 to 2021 model, as we did with Avalanche. Will that be what happens? I have no idea, but it's certainly interesting to think about. Here's pricepredictions.com, where they are way, way more bearish, seeing that by the end of 2024, the maximum price can only be $20 per dot. You guys need to up your numbers. Those are rookie numbers, man. Come on, we're going to the bull market, baby. We are going to see higher numbers than that. At least that's what I think as a dude who talks about cryptocurrencies for a living on the internet. Now let's talk about the final altcoin here today. That is Chainlink, man. Chainlink, of course, the most mispriced, misunderstood asset in the damn crypto market. You know what they need to do to make people like Chainlink? They need to change the logo to a dog. And then everyone's going to ape into Chainlink. Chainlink something, something, cross-chain, blah, blah, and it's got a dog picture. It's a good idea, right? It's sad that it's true. Anyway, Chainlink is crucial for the running of basically everything in the cryptocurrency markets. You like DeFi, you like basically anything, you need Chainlink's oracles, and you need, for the future of cross-chain interoperability and the onboarding of multi-trillion-dollar institutions, you need cross-chain interoperability for assets. That's where CCIP comes in. Look, the oracles themselves, they've been pulling price information from dozens of marketplaces, providing it to all of our course of favorite decentralized applications. We've seen huge activity right across Chainlink for a long time. They're connected to so many different networks and over 2,000. So over 100 different networks and over 2,000 different projects, platforms, protocols, whatever you want to call them. Absolute crazy stuff there, right? Chainlink is everywhere. They've been kind of busy for the past few years, and much like we've seen with other assets, the price per share of Chainlink's Grayscale Trust currently trading dramatically over the actual spot price of Chainlink. Again, institutional players want to get their hands on some linkies, and they can't just go out and buy it off the market, unfortunately. And maybe when they get a Chainlink ETF, which will come, hear me now, quote me later, it will come. Chainlink, by the way, currently securing about $16.9 billion worth of total value. That's crazy. Just lets you understand the value of what Chainlink does. And of course, that number is set to absolutely soar. At the height of the previous bull market, we had around 60 billion. So we're at less than a third, almost a quarter of that right now. Big potential still for Chainlink moving forward. Big potential indeed. And of course, one of the biggest potentials is the tokenized asset opportunity. This is when BlackRock and JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and all these goons start bringing their stuff on chain, which they're already starting to do. Pilot test cases, all this kind of stuff. Some big banks are going into it bigger than others. It's not just banks, it's financial institutions, it's governments, it's your grandma, if she wants to tokenize, I don't know, her house, for example. All this stuff starts to become possible. And she wants to, swap that deed on her house between chains to ape into some dog coins on a blockchain you've never heard of for a dog coin you never heard of. This is how grandma loses her house, guys. But it's not Chainlink's fault. It's the technology's fault. It's grandma's fault. She can't control herself. Anyway, she's a gambling addict, man. I'm not talking about my grandma, by the way, or am I? Anyway, besides the point, guys. We're getting off on a tangent here. Look, Chainlink's massive. The tokenized asset opportunity is unbelievably big. We're talking hundreds of trillions of dollars here. They're estimating the tokenized asset market as a potential near quadrillion, 867 trillion. Okay, let's just round it up to a quadrillion. Come on, let's add the extra 123 trillion on top. We're just cutting hairs at this point, right? It's almost a quadrillion dollar opportunity. Chainlink's right at the center of that. $14 per token. Ha! Get out of here with that. Oh, my goodness. It's wild. Anyway, look at all this stuff. Look at all the stuff Chainlink's doing. They need to put a dog logo on it, man. Come on. Somebody talk to Sergey. Get him on it. Anyway, been a big year for Chainlink. Obviously, it's been a bit of a slower burn because it's so technologically complex compared to some other things which have straighter value propositions, right? Start of the year at $6. We're up to around $15 at the time of recording this video. Not bad by any means. And of course, I always think I got about $7 average entry. Why didn't I buy more? Should have bought more. It's basically me with all of my investments over time. Anyway, big year for Chainlink. Huge partnerships announced. IBM, Microsoft, Google, Coca-Cola, all these kinds of big guys. The DTCC, which clears 4 to 5 quadrillion a year in equities and stocks and bonds and ETFs and all that stuff. Euroclear, which does about 1 quadrillion a year, 4 to 5 quadrillion, 1 quadrillion, you know, that makes it 5 to 6 quadrillion a year, all working with Chainlink. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, man. Predictions for Chainlink, of course, run wild, but it'll go back to its all-time highs. I'm personally targeting a price point of around $140 for Chainlink during this cycle. I could or could not be wrong. Let me know in the description what you think about that price prediction. But big things are coming for Chainlink, and I feel like this continues to be a mispriced asset in the cryptocurrency market, considering just how damn important it is. So finally, your bonus coin. I know what you're thinking. What's it going to be, Lark? Going to be some low cap altcoin, some little gem. No, it's Bitcoin, guys. Come on. It's Bitcoin. Obviously, this is a Bitcoin year coming up in 2024. We're getting a freaking spot ETF from freaking BlackRock, man. I know. It's Bitcoins, boomer coins, the old guy. I'll get it. But seriously, this is huge stuff. We are seeing a once in a market, once in a lifetime, something you're never going to see again, liquidity injection event into this market, and the tip of the spear, the top of the funnel of that money coming into this space is Bitcoin. I have no plans on fading that. Look, Bitcoin started this whole crypto thing off, right? It does make up the largest percentage of my portfolio for a reason. The whole ETF thing, geez Louise, just when you understand what's going on, man, it's so crazy. Look, by the time you watch this video, I recorded this video on the 19th of December. We're putting it up in late January. By the time you see this, maybe we've already got a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, and that'd be fantastic. But likely we're going to get it in early January. Fingers crossed. Could come in March at the latest. Doesn't come in early January, hold on to your butts because there's probably going to be a big market correction. If it does come in early January, hold on to your butts because price is probably going to pump disgustingly. That'd be great. We're going to love to see that, of course. What's going to happen to the price after a spot ETF application approval? And we see these things actually start to trade. Well, numbers range wildly. Matrix Port, they need to dump their numbers. Those are chump numbers down here. 42 to 56K. Get out of here. Standard Charter, 100 up to 120K in 2024. Morgan Creek, 150. Fundstrat, 150. Skybridge Capital. Those are my kind of numbers right there. Now, look, my number has been around 150K. I feel like with the BlackRock ETF, maybe I'm not being bullish enough. I don't want to get caught in the trap, of course, but Skybridge, I like it. 150 to 250. 250 as like the blow off top number, maybe. Don't fade Bitcoin this year, guys. Well, in 2024. Don't fade Bitcoin in 2024 because things are afoot. Big things are happening right now in this space, and Bitcoin continues to be a big part of the conversation, what's happening in this space. Don't get distracted by the dog coins, guys. I know they're fun, but then there's Bitcoin. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.